and in 2005 became the first and to this date the only religious organization to affirm marriage equality as a right for all people. Brendan Mahoney, a proud partnered gay man, is a past moderator of the Southwest Conference of the United Church of Christ and is a nominee to be the moderator of our national governing body. We are also the first denomination to ordain an openly transgendered male, who not only is now ordained and practicing ministry in the United Church of Christ, but he works in our national offices overseeing the authorization of all clergy in the United Church of Christ. I have over 14 years of seminary education. I say that not to brag, but to impress upon you that what I am about to say on behalf of the church does not come from one ill-prepared to make such statements. Oftentimes, when religious authorities speak this way, they're labeled as heretics. And we need the media, our legislators, and our judges to understand that these voices exist in the religious community, and we're not outliers. What we say in defense of marriage equality and equal rights for all people is said not in spite of what our religious tradition teaches us, not in spite of what our scriptures teach us, not in spite of what God speaks to us, but precisely because of those traditions, those scriptures, and that divine authority. And I want to say without equivocation that God does not discriminate. It is God whose creative hands have blessed us with the rich variety that is humanity in all of its expressions. And from now on, when the media writes about what religion has to say about marriage equality, that media needs to understand that it is no longer acceptable for religious authority to beat people over the head with their Bible and with their God-speak and make them feel bad and ashamed of who they are and who God created them to be. But, and I say this in closing, I really don't care, members of the media and our legislators and judges across this land, I really don't care if you pay attention to what religious authorities have to say, because quite frankly, it doesn't matter. This is not a theocracy, and you can't cloak your bigotry behind religious heretics and bigots who preach a gospel of hate. You were elected and appointed to defend the rights of all citizens in this great land of ours. And so, when you vote for the bills that come before you, or as Supreme Court justices are asked to rule on the pieces of legislation that come before you, you do so not in support for any religious or theological point of view, but in full support of every single citizen of this nation in defense of their rights.